Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is News Now at noon.
And thanks for joining us for News Now at noon. I'm Justin Kuhl.
And I'm Matt Hummel.
Now at noon, a Sherman man is facing charges after police say they found him with a stolen car.
And what will happen to your phone this afternoon? But first, we start with a traffic alert, Justin. New York State Police and other emergency personnel are responding to a head-on collision on I-86 near Faulkner. Troopers said no injuries were reported after the crash. Google Traffic reports travelers are being diverted from the westbound lane past exit 13. And I just received some information from State Police. It appears to be a man was traveling west in the eastbound lane, and then he struck somebody that was traveling east in the eastbound, according to the State Police.
Okay, so certainly that very...
So we had a wrong way incident.
Right, very scary situation, obviously. Hopefully everyone abides by those wrong way lines. And we'll have much more coming up at WNYNewsNow.com as well. We do want to turn to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, though, now with a first look at today's forecast. Hey, Dakota.
Hey Jay and hey Matt, and happy Wednesday. It is hump day, everybody. We're almost halfway through the middle of the week already. As we take a look at the radar, nothing is going on. There's a few little rain showers out in Canada, but some more rain will be coming our way tomorrow, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. 69 was the official high yesterday at the airport. 53 was the low this morning, and the official rainfall total over the past 24 hours, 0.44 inches, a little less than half an inch of rain. Officially gauge it at the Jamestown airport, but of course the airport is north of the city, so your total may have varied if you have a rain gauge. So for today, for the early afternoon, right around 62 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. The clouds really just sacked in today for the early afternoon, but rejoice, the clouds will break through the afternoon hours, leading to partly to mostly sunny skies for the afternoon. So it's going to be nice and just a little bit warmer than where we should be. We should be around 64 degrees this time of the year and a little bit warmer than that. So partly cloudy skies for the evening hours as well. Temperatures won't dip back too much either. We'll talk about the remainder of that forecast, plus severe weather that occurred yesterday. That's coming up in just a little bit, Jay and Matt.
All right, thank you, Dakota. A Sherman man is facing charges after sheriff's deputies recovered a stolen vehicle on Bailey Hill Road on Monday. Sheriff's deputies say that 32-year-old Robert Fraley was arrested shortly after the vehicle was discovered. He is charged with unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. The man is set to appear in court at a later date. Now, police say the car was returned to its rightful owner.
A Springville woman is facing charges after New York State Police said she stole over $4,000 from a Dunkin' Donuts she worked at. 20-year-old Maria Orsini was arrested last week for grand larceny. She will appear in court later this month.
And 4 sites in Chautauqua County are now eligible for state grant funding and on the state's top priority list. On Tuesday, the Western New York Regional Economic Development Council announced the acquisition of the riverfront development property here in the city of Jamestown is top priority for officials. The redevelopment of the former Welch's building in Westfield and the White Inn and Agra America grape juice factory in Fredonia are also among the 16 projects in the region. The sites can now compete for $10 million to $20 million in state grant funding. And just to touch on that here a little bit, Matt, you know, we talked about a couple weeks ago with the portion of the west side of the Riverwalk that you saw there in the video and photo, you know, being designated a brownfield site to try to help clean up that area. And there's a lot of great development, so certainly good to see for sure.
Yeah, George Borello, you should have saw him beaming on Facebook yesterday. I could just feel the $1 million smile coming from him.
Absolutely.
Big times. Big times.
It is, and lots of great developments going on there as well. Coming up next here, a nursing home hit by a tornado. We take you to that scene.
And later, details on how a new law is affecting local law enforcement. News Now at noon continues after this.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Fall is here, and Dorler Landscape Designs is ready to help you with fall cleanup. Visit their website, dorlerlandscape.com, and download their fall cleanup special coupon. For more than 2 decades, Dorler Landscape Designs has worked hard to get your property ready for winter. And once the snow falls, count on Dorler Landscape Designs to keep your driveway clear. Call Dorler Landscape Designs today and let us work for you. Dorler Landscape Designs at dorlerlandscape.com.
The weather is heating up, and so are the deals at Express Bike and Auto, right here in Jamestown, located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension. They are your one-stop shop for all of your vehicle, ATV, and motorcycle needs. They even sell vehicles, and guess what? Financing is available. So what are you waiting for? Get to Express Bike and Auto right here in Jamestown at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension now.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
The National Weather Service in Cleveland has confirmed that an EF2 tornado touched down in Crawford County, Pennsylvania Tuesday afternoon, hitting an elder care nursing home. 2 residents at Rolling Fields Elder Care were hospitalized for unrelated concerns. No serious injuries have been reported. The facility is around 70 miles from Jamestown. It was recently purchased by local Heritage Ministries. Ministry spokeswoman Lisa Haglund told WNY News Now that all residents were evacuated, and at this point, quote, "Our main priority is the elders, care partners, and all others on site."
And now we turn to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who tracked these storms yesterday as they rolled across the region. Dakota, how significant is this particular storm? It seems like we usually don't see severe weather in October very often.
Well, it's basically what I tell you all the time. When it comes to thunderstorms, you expect the unexpected, and this was a bit unexpected. We were kind of thinking that this was not going to be the main thing from the storms yesterday, but definitely when you have that right combination of shear in the atmosphere, you can get this. So this is where the Weather Service found the tornado track. Now the storm survey is still ongoing. They lost daylight yesterday, so they're going to go back today and they're going to continue the survey. So this could change by the time the final survey is done. But right now it was ranked as an EF2 with the maximum winds of around 115 miles per hour. We don't know the path length yet because the storm survey is not completed. So ultimately we will get that once the survey is completed. And they found that the touchdown time was around 2:33 basically yesterday afternoon. And this is kind of where the track actually started in PA, and based on the damage we've seen, some professionals have said it could may even be a 3. So this number could be revised based on more damage surveys as they ultimately come in throughout the day. And we showed this during our weather coverage yesterday. This was a picture that came into the Weather Service in Cleveland of the tornado, and this is a clear-cut image. And when you have a visual like that, that's all you need to know. This thing was down, and you can see that well-defined funnel extending from the thunderstorm down to the ground. And so this definitely was down, but again, the current rating right now is an EF2, but that could change as the storm survey continues this afternoon, J-Matt.
Now, Dakota, yesterday I was hearing reports that another funnel, or another tornado, I should say, may have hit in Scandia, which is in Warren County. Has that been confirmed yet?
We've not heard anything from the Weather Service and State College about that. I was actually checking the chat this morning, and they have not stated that they're going to send out a storm survey team. But there was a tornado warning for the southern part of Warren County. Did not include the city of Warren, but it was basically near the southern part, near Sheffield, going back to the west. Yeah. So we don't exactly know if there was a tornado there. We haven't heard anything that they're going to send out a survey team, but that is something that we're going to keep track of over the next day or two.
All right, awesome. Dakota, as always, we thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Very interesting details there. Glad nobody was
That's
injured.
his bread and
Indeed.
butter. Thank you, Dakota.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Raise the Age law signed into law last year and went into effect earlier this week is causing some havoc. Local law enforcement officials are discussing how the new procedures will affect their departments. The law will place new rules on how to handle 16-year-olds. That began on Monday, and for 17-year-olds beginning next October 1st. Chautauqua County Sheriff Joe Girassi says that the biggest impact the law will have on his office involves the cost of transportation of the teens. The sheriff said the cost of transportation is, quote, supposedly reimbursable by the state, but that also, quote, that must be further defined. 16 and 17-year-olds will no longer be able to be commingled with adult offenders, and they must be interviewed in an improved area. They also can't go to jail, so if the court detains them, they have to go to an approved detention facility. The closest one, Justin, is in Erie County. And guess what? If there's no beds available there, they have to be transported to Syracuse.
Wow.
And now, as for locally, Police Chief Harry Snellings of Jamestown tells me that there's not going to be a huge impact. It's basically on procedure, on how to handle these cases involving the 16 and 17-year-olds.
See, that almost seems like that the law is obviously doing good with trying to maybe help teens understand what they've done, and obviously using the adolescent mind is not as developed, but certainly seems like it's going to be a pretty heavy burden on these agencies.
Well, with JPD, and this is based off what we reported yesterday with the Cuomo thing. I think a lot of what they are going to deal with is basically when it comes down to interrogating the 16 and 17-year-olds. That will be their thing. The sheriff's department is going to have to deal with that, plus all of the jail stuff.
Okay.
And then the third thing, which I have more details on WNYNewsNow.com this morning, is you have the district attorney, who it seems nowadays a lot of things are affecting his office. He's got to deal with another court, and they're already being burdened.
Right.
And so it's just...
Like they're already busy, already run down there in the DA's office.
And he even said that, look, on the surface, there's going to be less misdemeanors and maybe even less felonies that they had to deal with on the surface. But the problem is there's another court, another youth part.
Okay.
That's what they call
another
it.
youth jurisdiction of the court. Yeah.
Yes.
And certainly when you look at the way that the system works, is it starts with the police generally, investigating a crime or something, and then the person, the suspect, who may be 16 or 17, taken into custody, and obviously now with Girassi having to find alternate, if they're remanded to jail, alternate location, and then of course the long haul all the way through the legal system. So certainly it seems like at this point due process is slow, and now it's going to get a little slower. Hopefully maybe the state could step up to the plate and help out, but it seems like today budgets are
interesting to
no
see.
matter
A lot
what.
of people are still trying to determine that, so stay tuned, folks.
Absolutely. The federal government will conduct a test of the Presidential Emergency Alert System later this afternoon. Your phone will most likely buzz. Most cell phones will get a notification. It's all part of FEMA's system to warn citizens in cases of national emergencies. Karen Kafa has the details.
On Wednesday, expect a text from the President of the United States. If your phone is turned on and within range of cell service at 2:18 p.m. Eastern Time, you'll get a test of FEMA's nationwide presidential alert. It's similar to notifications about Amber Alerts and extreme weather. You can't opt out, nor do you have to opt in. The largest service providers, Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, and T-Mobile, all participate in the program along with about 100 others. These presidential messages will only be issued in the event of a national emergency. FEMA says the parameters are clearly defined by federal law. The test was initially set for September 20th, but postponed in the aftermath of Hurricane Florence. FEMA won't collect any user data as a result of the test and won't be able to track the location of those who receive the alert. They are, however, soliciting feedback from the public. Like any emergency alert, users won't be charged for the test. By law, FEMA has to test out its alert systems nationwide every 3 years. The text alerts will be followed by a test on TV and radio. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
And again, the test will occur today at 2:18 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the first national test of the wireless emergency alert system, which launched back in 2012. And looking at different people commenting online, let us know what you think about it, because some people were saying that they feel like the government shouldn't have the right. Did you see that on Twitter? A lot of people were saying they shouldn't have the right to send such messages, but the thing is, if the president is sending a national message out, it's generally very important.
Yeah, it was, I hate to say it like this, it was almost comical reading some of the reactions on Twitter.
I agree.
Because there were people tweeting at Verizon and AT&T and all these other mobile carriers saying, how could you let the president do this? And blah, blah, blah. And like they could control it. And it's like, Verizon and all the representatives tweeting from them was like, we can't do anything. Contact your local congressman or woman.
Exactly. It's federal law to do this, and usually, like I said, when those alerts are sent out, let us know what you think. But when those alerts are sent out, it's serious stuff. Whether it's a federal national disaster, because the way, and Dakota knows all about this working in weather, the way that the weather alerts are sent out are on a local basis through the local weather offices. And then obviously local governments can issue alerts as well, like in New York State, Amber Alert, state police and stuff.
Yep.
But this federal alert, which is, not necessarily new in the scope of the technology, but the new as in the implementation of it, it's like, okay, when you get an alert from the feds, it's generally, a major disaster in the country, an invasion type thing. We'd see that. I mean, even if you just watch pop culture, American Horror Story, Apocalypse, it's about a nuclear explosion, which obviously, none of us would like to see. It'd be absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. But an alert like this would be issued during that time of a national emergency. So certainly, glad that they're testing it today. I hope it works well. And then also, like Karen said in the report, I believe, they're testing the terrestrial stuff. So radio and TV will be 2 minutes after that. So if you're watching television or listening to the radio, you will get the alert on there as well.
Can we do all three in the studio, maybe, to see how that goes?
We don't. And see, the other thing too is we don't have the alerts. I know our producer is pointing at us that we're running out of time here, but we don't have the alerts in studio, which is very interesting. In here, everything like the phone alerts are all controlled through your carrier. So even TV companies, it bypasses them.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting.
So, but it'll be fine. Everything should work according to plan. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, you know what else is going to be interesting? Norm Rodriguez. He's always, in a good way, interesting, and he's going to have a Maple Grove soccer update. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter here with the 7-Day and how a summertime feel could be back later this week.
Summer? Really?
Ooh.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs. Serving both commercial and residential lots. Check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us now to book an appointment. The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, enter their 30-day challenge, where for only $69, you get 30 days of unlimited everything. That's right, everything, along with 2 one-on-one personal training sessions. Then, if you lose 10 pounds, you'll get the next month free. Plus, the first place winner will get 2 Buffalo Bills tickets or a $100 gift card. Details right now on the Fitness Bunker's Facebook page.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now. First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Hey, welcome back to News Now at Noon. I'm dressed in all black today. I look like I could be going to a funeral, but the only thing that's not black is my shirt. So, yeah. I've got that nice matching color today. So let's look at the rainfall totals over the past 24 hours. You can see here Fillmore in Allegheny County over 2 inches of rain since yesterday, and the totals start to dip off here. Frewsburg 1.56 inches. Now Jamestown officially at the airport 0.44 and Salamanca at 0.30. So again, the rain yesterday was a lot more widespread, and there'll be another chance for more widespread rain tomorrow. You can see here rain chance about 5% today, really nothing. It's going to be a dry day, but the rain shoots up again with another system moving our way on Thursday, and then a scattered chance of rain over the weekend. So the weekend will be wet at times, but I don't think it's going to be any widespread rain, maybe scattered rain. News Now, Cam. Really overcast out there right now, and it's going to remain that way for the early afternoon. 55 degrees is the current temp at the airport, and there's that dew point of 54. Now, while the dew point's in the 50s, it's close to the air temp, so there's a lot of moisture hanging in the air because of what's left over from yesterday. So First Defense Doppler, nothing across the region. It's nice and dry. Got a nice workout yesterday, but you can see these little rain showers peeking back to the Western Canada. That is not going to impact us at all, so don't worry about that. This is what will be impacting us over the next, I'd say, 24 or so hours. This is going to be moving toward our area, and that will trigger off another chance for more widespread showers and storms. I'll show that to you here on Feature Scan. So for the overnight, or pretty much for this afternoon and the overnight, quiet, nothing. As we go into the morning hours tomorrow, you can see this is the rain that comes our way, and it's going to overspread the region tomorrow. Again, the reds, yellows, and oranges indicate the heavier, heavier amounts of rainfall, and this is pretty much in the morning hours. And then as we go through the afternoon, it clears out, and then we'll probably be left with a partly cloudy day as we go into the afternoon hours. So rain mainly in the morning hours tomorrow. Temps today will top out in the lower 70s right along the Lake Erie shoreline, becoming partly to mostly sunny. So those clouds will break apart, leading to a nice afternoon. Inland, we go into the valleys and mountains, a little bit cooler here. We are going to 69 around Jamestown, also toward Little Valley as well. Nice sunshine for the afternoon hours. Those clouds break apart, leading to a gorgeous afternoon. Your future, the 7 days are on that screen. 70 degrees Thursday. There's that thunderstorm chance mainly in the morning. We dip it back a little bit Friday, 63, and summer makes another run as into next week. 80 officially Monday, 78 Tuesday. We should be near 64. That's a nice little taste of summer. Norm will have sports right after the break, so you stay with us.
Hey, this is Ryan Hedrick reporting from the Jamestown Bowling Company, where the bowling is off the hook, the food is even better, and the camaraderie watching sports is oh so great.
The food is fantastic and the drinks are cold.
Mark was bowling almost a perfect game. Mark, do you come here a lot?
Every day.
Wow, Mark comes here every day. No excuse for you not to get to Jamestown Bowling Company on Foote Avenue. Jamestown Bowling Company. Eat, drink, bowl, and be merry.
The Frewsburg Pharmacy is the small-town pharmacy with big-time service. Located at 26 West Main Street, Greg Nelson treats his customers like family, so you know you are in good hands when you walk through the door. The Frewsburg Pharmacy has everything you need and more, including a gift shop for the seasons. Stop down to the Frewsburg Pharmacy today and let the staff show you why the Frewsburg Pharmacy is the pharmacy that cares about you.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
There's an old saying, there's no news in the newsroom. Well, it's true. The time I spend at the anchor desk is just part of my day. Most of our time is spent gathering stories in the community, stories that matter to you. We can't do it alone, and we need your help. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today, email our news desk, or call our newsroom at 488-7226 so we can bring those stories straight back to you.
Happy Hump Day, sports fans, and welcome back to News Now at Noon. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at some sports headlines. The Maple Grove Red Dragons men's soccer team will be at home tomorrow to square off against the Westfield Brockton combined team. Maple Grove last played on September 22nd on the road against the Dunkirk Marauders. The game will start at 4:30. Former Cleveland Browns linebacker Michael Kendricks has received an indefinite suspension from Commissioner Roger Goodell. The suspension was lodged after Kendricks pled guilty yesterday to insider trading. Kendricks will be sentenced in January, and he faces prison time. The PGA Tour Safeway Open will start tomorrow at the Silverado Resort and Spa in Napa, California. The total purse for this tournament is $6.4 million. The first tee time will be at 10:10 a.m. Viewers can watch the tournament on the Golf Channel. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Thank you, Norm.
Awesome. Always doing such a good job. Interesting. That's a ton of money. I really should, try out for golf. Do we have, a newsroom golf league, Norm?
No, we do not.
We don't?
We'll come up with it.
Well, never mind. I gotta keep my mouth shut. I'll tell Justin after, and he'll get a good laugh.
What do you have to tell me?
No.
Okay. Anyways, finally today, a new survey found that more than 40% of Americans, guess what? They name their vehicles. The survey, commissioned by General Motors, found that respondents, 73% of them, said naming their vehicles fostered a stronger bond with the car, and that naming them is just one way to show attachment. The most popular names by drivers are Betsy and Betty. What do you guys think? Do you name your car? Let us know in the comments down below.
I personally think it's idiotic.
You think so? Why?
Why?
My car, I openly tell people I name my car. Her name is Shannon, and we got a good bond. She drives me to work and takes me on the road, and producer/intern Bronson is smiling over there because he thinks it's absolutely silly.
What's your car's name, Bronson?
I don't have one.
You don't have a name?
Matt, I have a name for you.
What?
Patty.
Patty. Oh my gosh.
Patty.
A little inside love.
Inside joke that we will keep in the newsroom.
If only you see what goes on in here when we're not on the air.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's too funny. You can hear Norm laughing. It's really good.
I just name my car's name is just simply just car. Let's take a look at Links 1 because I wanted to throw this up one final time. Now, the government will be testing WIA and the EAS system this afternoon. Of course, the WIA test is at 2:18. The EAS is at 2:20. And this is what you get on your phone. Of course, we did a package on this. And, I've seen a lot of stuff on Facebook talking about, and I'm going to go off the rails for a second, so please excuse me. But I've seen a lot of people talking about Facebook. I don't want to get a message from Trump. Why should I care what he has to say? Well, this has nothing to do with politics. Please don't be an idiot. If there's a government disaster, like God forbid, if we get attacked, then the president will need to speak. So please don't be an idiot. Stop saying stuff like that. It has nothing to do with politics. There's your quick solution. 7 days, 63 degrees Friday. That's below average. We should be near 64 degrees, and summer makes one last run going into next week. Take a look at that. 80 Monday. Rejoice, people.
Awesome. Dakota, thank you. Hey, that is it for us today. Of course, news continues online at WNYNewsNow.com 24/7 with the latest breaking alerts. We'll see you back here tomorrow. TGIT. It is Thursday.
We have two TGITs. We need to come up with something else.
We do. We should.
TGIT.